A married couple with 2 children lived on the outskirts of a Chinese town in a low-income neighborhood. They were destitute. The parents were always working, but the family was forced to live in extreme poverty because there was simply not enough money for anything. The children grew up to be hardworking and successful in their academic endeavors. Zuchu, the daughter, was awarded a scholarship to attend university and afterwards found work in the field. She had already reached the age of 25, but the young lady never married because few individuals would choose to marry a daughter from a poor family, and how difficult that must have been for her brother. He was unable to marry since he lacked the financial means to maintain his family. After that, there had been an incident that had taken the parents by surprise. They were approached by a 60-year-old man who presented them with an extraordinary proposal. He desired to be married to their daughter. The entire family was taken aback when he revealed his last name to them. He was the wealthiest businessman in the city at the time. The unfortunate parents were completely at a loss for what to do. They were tortured. They were forced to give him their little daughter in exchange for cash. But to such an ancient groom a few times. After their conversation with her unexpected guests ended, the mother and father contacted their daughter, told her the whole truth. Zhao was speechless when she realized how old he really was. Just made her more startled to learn that he was the wealthiest person in the city. Young lady wept bitterly. I'm thinking about her unfortunate situation. However, in her heart of heart, she agreed with her parents. Their family fought a losing battle against poverty on a daily basis, and this marriage has the potential to change their lives forever. Zhou's act would have benefited not only her parents, but also her brother, because some of the families would have wanted to approach the incredibly wealthy family if they had known about it. Despite the fact that she saw all night, the girl agreed the next morning, the day it arrived for me to meet him. Zha was filled with dread as she awaited the arrival of her future husband. Indeed, the wrinkles and hunched back of the groom made the bride despondent at first, but she eventually became accustomed to it. The bride and groom were getting ready for their wedding. The old gentleman visited her home on a regular basis. The two of them talked for hours. The bride was taken aback by the fact that the groom never drew close to her and maintained his distance. She was perplexed by this strange occurrence. She was also taken aback by the fact that the elderly gentleman enjoyed reading and had maintained a high level of physical activity throughout his life. In his delicate and attentive treatment of the young lady, the future husband made it clear that he will always be respectful of her job was taken aback, thinking that the old man had not only elicited her deep regard, but also genuine feelings for him. As the wedding day drew closer, the bride began to change her mind to bean her. As improved, she became much more relaxed and content. Though she will marry a man who is not of his prime, he is intelligent, considerate, and courteous. Furthermore, he is extraordinarily wealthy and willing to assist the entire family. Who knows what else a poor young beauty may want, for Xiao shed tears at the wedding. Despite the fact that it was her first, her wedding was flooded with conflicting emotions. It was difficult for her to reconcile the enormous age difference between them. The party was vibrant and full of flavor. She was apprehensive about the wedding night, but her husband left the room to go to the bathroom and did not return for a long time after that. She began to be concerned. But then, something happened that she couldn't shake off, and she was taken completely by surprise. The door to the bedroom was opened by a slim, youthful, and attractive man. The young lady was terrified to the point of hiding under the covers. Her heart was racing frantically in her chest. The man walked up to her and kissed her on the lips. Zhao was ready to scream even harder when he abruptly spoke, leaving the girl breathless in shock. She recognized the voice as being that of her old spouse. What a brilliant ruse it turned out to be came out. That skilled makeup artist had been working on him for quite some time, transforming him from a lovely young guy into an elderly man. He was the heir to an enormous wealth. Girls flocked to the wealthy and attractive man, but he decided to marry a man who was more concerned with his soul than his fortune. So one day, he walked into the office where Jia was working and fell over heels in love with the adorable young lady, tracked her down, and made his way to her home. He noticed that she was planning to marry an elderly man solely for the sake of financial gain. However, he recognized the girl a true and decent disposition, and he decided to do an astonishing experiment on her. He revealed his sinister scheme to the bride just after the wedding ceremony had taken place. He dropped down to his knees and pleaded with his wife to accept his apology. He was taken aback, but she was also madly happy. It seemed as if a truly loving family had been created by magic. People cannot be judged solely on the basis of their appearance. Make an effort to see the soul in everyone. If you share the good, it will almost certainly come back to you.